world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will grow. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools, anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best, and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clubber D, the Combat G, and the Sports Professor.
Yo, what up? What up, friends? You know who it is. Ball and Buds. We are in the building. I got my main man, my ace boon coon, as they say. Clubber G, the Combat G, star of the show. Probably shouldn't have said that live on air, but still my man, and I love him. Clubber D, how you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling rushed, you know what I'm saying? Like when you got appointments set up and people don't value your time, and then you get held up and all this other stuff. So I got a race here, you know what I'm saying? And over the weekend I wasn't feeling well. I got pink eye from one of y'all moms or wives gave me pink eye. I don't know which one y'all gave it to me, but I got it from one of y'all. I'm not gonna name names, but I'm feeling better now, and we're moving and grooving. How you doing, Omar?
Whose butt were you eating? What kind of groceries were you involved in? This is
an MMA show, okay? We're not talking about mixed martial arts in the bedroom when I'm a bedroom bully with some of y'all's moms and wives, okay? So we're not talking about that tonight. All right, we just talk about UFC 305 and the way some of y'all be acting like 305. That's the reason why some of y'all tuned in today. Just saying.
Yo, that is tremendous. Miami 305, Mr. Pitbull Worldwide, or you call him Mr. Clubber D. That being said, we are so happy that you have joined us today. Make sure you subscribe right above me at Ball and Buds on YouTube is most important because we be dropping videos every day. But also, if you're on the Instagram, that's where Clubber D likes to be a lot. So y'all check out the Instagram as well and TikTok. Clubber D is dropping videos on TikTok officially. Clubber.D. Make sure you put that period between the Clubber and the D, but don't give him a period on the wrong D because it might be a problem and we may see. Okay, anyways, let me stop.
I know where you going. I'll be dancing up on there. I'll be doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying, y'all?
I'm gonna go freestyle. I know you like to
private message me. Private message me. You might get a hand dance. You never know. I might do one of those, walk like the Egyptian joints.
I don't even know what a hand dance means. That sounds really disgusting. But I'm going to keep moving it on.
In the 60s, I was in Budapest. Budapest. It's another story, It's another story. We never hear about there. Shout out to the subscribers. Also, we actually got the triple digits finally, so I'm pretty happy about that. More than like 6 people than our friends are watching, so that's pretty dope. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate everybody that's subscribed to Ball and Buds YouTube. We not only hit 100, but then went up 2 more subscribers because we've been releasing the shorts, my top 5 Olympic shorts, and also you got Clubber D's boxing short coming soon. So make sure y'all stay in tune with Ball and Buds as we get it going. So let's start this bad boy off. First of all, this weekend, UFC 305 from the RAC Arena in Perth, Australia, which, my friend, we need to visit Perth, Australia together. I think we would have an amazing time. But this is the fight of the South Afrikaners. I don't think that's actually the name for South African people, but I just made it up.
Colonizers.
So we have
colonizers.
Okay, I'm not going to do that at all. Not doing that at all. Not getting in trouble today. Not getting us canceled. I'm going to say we have Dricus du Plessis versus Israel Adesanya in what should be a very, very amazing fight. Now, what about the rest of the card? That's what we really got to think about. Like, I'm sorry, and I got to ask you this before we move into the card itself, but I need your professional opinion on this because I've been thinking about this for a while. They tried to blow themselves out at 300. They didn't get the Conor McGregor-Michael Chandler fight they were hoping for. They had Alex Pereira, thank God, step in at last minute like he always does. I mean, Dana White needs to pay him some extra fucking money. But you got that to happen. 301 was decent, right? It was good, but it was very good, actually. I watched it from DraftKings. I was cheering the Patty fight. Everything was good. So everything since then has been very lackluster. Even the fight nights, aside from the Rose Namajunas one. So, my friend, can you tell us, before we actually get into UFC 305, what's happening right now? Is this just the dead period? Are we expecting this? Maybe this will continue?
Well, it's kind of like what Marvel Studios and Disney's kind of dealing with. Besides Deadpool and Wolverine, it's they have superhero fatigue, I guess. So this is MMA fatigue. With this UFC fatigue, because they signed that contract with ESPN. They got so many shows to put on. You know, you're getting fight nights that really shouldn't be fight nights. So they try to do their first show in Saudi Arabia, and some people couldn't do it to where they were like, you need to put on a good fight for us if y'all want to come here and have a show. So they're forced to switch some things around. Conor McGregor just was posted, I think yesterday or the day before, that he's probably not going to fight this year. And Michael Chandler's been waiting for that payday for like the last 2.5, 3 years, and he's not getting any.
Now Dana White says he's not going to fight at all, so we may never see Conor McGregor again. Because how old is he now? 37.
Conor, he's up there. I mean, I think he's in mid-30s. I think he's mid-30s. But regardless, he got his money. He doesn't really need a fight. And regardless, he's lost the last few times. So what are we missing? Dana White is, I'm not saying he's in trouble, but there's big fights to happen. We still got John Jones and Stipe Miocic if that happens. You got Tom Aspinall being he's going to be the backup, and then you got Alex Pereira, who might move up to heavyweight as well, because he's on just a historic run right now. But then you also, if Izzy wins, you can do Alex Pereira and Izzy for the third time in UFC. That'll probably be a light heavyweight, and that could be belt first belt. So there's a lot of things that can happen that are big fights that are possible, but unfortunately, we're in a UFC fatigue at the moment. It's pretty bad.
Dude, I never thought we might have got here, but I'm in UFC fatigue. Like, I went and saw the one I was telling you about, 301 or 302. I watched that from the DraftKings here in Nashville from that bar. And then after that, it's been like, I watched the Rose Namajunas fight at that fight night because it comes on free on ESPN Plus. But other than that, I haven't even tuned in to the pay-per-views at all. I've been very nonplussed about everything they've had going on.
Me, I love this stuff, and some of these pay-per-views just, they haven't lived up to their potential. I mean, like the last pay-per-view where Bilal Muhammad won, they wanted that big payday. They had these English folks basically watching a fight at 4 or 5 in the morning, and there was 7 fights with the decision. It wasn't as action-packed as we thought it'd be. And, the UFC, yes, it's just like boxing. Everybody likes knockouts. Everybody likes crazy, wild submissions. But if you get a kind of a boring fight to the masses, they're going to stop watching. And UFC needs to start tightening up, with their matchups to make sure these people start throwing those D-beaters, because, it's starting to, like you said, like the common folks are being like, this is kind of getting a little boring. And boxing's starting to get on the rise now. It's coming back to where it used to be. I don't know if it'll officially get back there. Hopefully Turkey Al-Ashi can, be the savior that we've been waiting for. But, boxing's starting to get back up, because Shakur Stevenson, say what you want about him. He had like 1.2 million people watch his last fight. That was the most ESPN this year. Hey, what I'm saying? And people were saying it was a snoozer when it really wasn't. His fight before that was a big snoozer. But, so boxing's starting to creep back up in the ratings and things. So the UFC they need to tighten up, or else, I might lose 5 pounds to get back up in there. You know what I'm saying? I might get him with the tickle, grab a foot, and I might get the tickle. You never know.
Hey, I felt that tickle before. Pause. Anyways, we don't need to talk about that. Hey, yo. But actually, that's a great point. We actually should get your thoughts because no one ever heard your thoughts on UFC 304. So let's run through that real quick. What'd you think about Paddy Pimblett beating the hell out of King Green when I had told the whole bar, I was at DraftKings, I was like, nah, King Bobby Green, what? Y'all don't want him. He a beast. You don't want him. I'm very surprised at how quick he went down. What do you think?
I think the show we did, I think I said that, Bobby Green is literally like the not on it. He's a gatekeeper, but he's not on the level of a Jorge Masvidal or a Nate Diaz. I know it's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers, but look at their records. Okay, he has like 17 losses or something crazy like that. So he's down to fight anybody, whatever.
32-16-1.
Yeah, so he's 50 fights. You know what I'm saying? So he's fought a who's who. I give him that, but it's like, are you beating these people? He's guaranteed to put on a show. However, he's guaranteed to, not say guaranteed, but he's liable to lose also. So Paddy, they're pumping him up. They're trying to get him to be the next big thing, and
that's the next big thing, right? That's the next Conor, right? Is that?
Yeah, well, the market, they want that market. Okay, they got that whole show. Leon Edwards is good. I like Leon Edwards, but he doesn't move no needle over there. You know what I'm saying?
No, he don't.
Paddy moves the needle. Tom Aspinall moves the needle. Those guys.
I ain't gonna ask you why, because I already know why.
Well, it's that, and also he's boring. He's not.
Okay.
He has no.
He is kind of boring. He is kind of boring.
Yeah, in the corner, his corner man was like, you gotta fight, lad, all that other stuff, man.
He wasn't doing nothing. Yeah.
Nah, he was asleep. So it was. His personality is just meh. And some people can get away with that and get a lot of fans. Some people can't get away with having no personality.
So how do you feel about Paddy Pimblett?
It's not bad. He's not. I don't think he's the next big thing. I'm not very. So he's not the next big thing. I think Ian Gary has a better upside for somebody from over there. Ireland. Okay. Well, I think Ian Gary has a better upside than Paddy. Paddy, I think he's a serviceable fighter, but I don't think he's going to be the next, craze. Unless they keep fighting over there, then he's good. But if he doesn't, and they bring him back to America, we'll see. My dog's just walking around. We don't do nothing stupid.
Hey, good old Boston. We love you, Bree.
Yeah, hope his ass run away.
You're so stupid. No, you don't. I know you don't mean that. Shut up. So Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. It was pretty much the expectation that we had. But now the rumor is that Stipe Miocic doesn't think the John Jones fight is going to happen. But Dana White says if it does, Tom Aspinall is the what do you call it? The next up.
He's a sub. He's on the side. I mean, it's one of those things where I was talking to the homie, my homie TJ over the weekend. And we were like, why is Stipe even getting this fight? Last time we saw Stipe was 2 years ago, and Francis Ngannou knocked his head into the third row. So it's like, I understand he's probably one of the best heavyweights of all time, but nobody wants to see this fight. John Jones.
Wait, you don't want to see John Jones versus Stipe Miocic after all this time? You don't really want to see it?
No.
Come on now. We've been waiting for this fight for years. You don't want to see it at all?
No, because look at his last performance. He didn't look good. And he hasn't fought since then. And even before that, he did beat DC. But Aspinall, if you look at Aspinall's last 5 fights, it's like one fight every 3-4 years. And John Jones, same thing. He's like, I'm 37. Well, I'm about to say another word. I'll say, dog, brother, look, you barely fight as it is. You fight once every 3-4 years because you're always getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So I know John Jones is the GOAT in the cage, but it's just asterisk about him, and he doesn't really fight as much. It took you 3 years to put on weight to fight at heavyweight when Ngannou was there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't want to hear that stuff no more. Just fight.
Wow. Okay. No, I just wanted to know your opinion on that because, I mean, obviously I thought, most MMA fight fans were thinking about Stipe and John Jones, and this was obviously a couple years ago since it's been delayed so much, but we were thinking about that like the end-all, be-all of the heavyweights. Yeah. And then Tom Aspinall came along, but how many people actually think that Tom Aspinall can stand a chance against John Jones. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, with that, all he has to do is not get taken down, but that's easier said than done. Because John Jones, when it comes to the ground game, he is a monster. You know, he's a great wrestler. And John Jones, he benefited of being 6'4" and having long arms and long limbs, coming down to 205, and he's just a matchup nightmare. You know, a lot of those guys are a lot smaller than that he fought, and that's not an excuse. There's nothing they could do with him. He's a great technician. I'm not gonna take anything away from him in the cage. It's just that, you know, it's kind of like Floyd Mayweather towards the end of his career. The picking of the opposition is kind of similar to Canelo Alvarez. It's like, okay, you don't want to fight this guy, but you'll fight that guy.
Now, so that brings up a good point, because Dana White said recently, or not, maybe it wasn't Dana White. I apologize. Let me roll that back, because I don't actually know that it was Dana White. But rumors say the offices of UFC have claimed that they are, like you, not fans of Leon Edwards, right? He's just not popular at all. He doesn't bring the spice, whatever. And now that Bilal Muhammad, remember the name, has beaten him, that Leon Edwards is not even going to get a rematch. So first of all, what do you think about Bilal Muhammad beating Leon Edwards, which Leon Edwards was the favorite going as the champion going into it? What do you think about Bilal Muhammad beating him? And what do you think about Leon Edwards not getting a rematch?
Well, for the record, I believe I called it. I said, if that fight goes the distance, Bilal's going to win. I said, if it goes the distance, he will win. If it's any type of knockout, it's going to be Leon Edwards. But, you know, the fight kind of went the way I thought it'd go. The thing about Bilal Muhammad, people don't think he's like overly exciting also.
That's true.
He doesn't get the Dana White treatment like somebody like Kobe Covington and a couple others get when it comes to getting title shots and he's always overlooked. I was happy to see him win. Shout out to CM Punk. Apparently he shot him out on Monday Night Raw.
Whoa, really?
That. They train together. And damn. Dana White's all about a dollar, you know, so certain fighters can get a pass. And Bilal has been training with Habib and Islam. So he's been training with them and living. I don't know if he moved out there, but he stayed out there, you know, so that brings in that fan base as well, because Islam, I love watching Islam fight, but fighting once a year when other champions got to fight 2 to 3 times a year, it's weird. Kind of like John Jones. Weird how some fighters get a pass, but they bring a certain fan base, they get that pass. What I'm saying now,
we have a fan mailbag question on that later, but continue. Yeah.
Well, now they're kind of like what I don't know if they're angling for this, but I'm seeing that Bilal and Usman it's been going back and forth on Twitter, and that's fine. I would love to see that fight. I'm a big Usman fan. But you know, I would love to see that fight. And I think if Usman had more than 2 weeks, he would have beat Hamzat Chimaev, because when they fought over in Abu Dhabi, he came in 2 weeks and that went to the bell. And I think if he had 2 more rounds, I think it was a 3-round fight, I think he probably would have beat him. But you know, that could be the fight they could be angling for. I'm drawing a blank, but I can't think of another 170er right now that Bilal could fight. And Islam said he's not going to move up to fight him. Because Islam's pretty much wiped out all the 155, and he needs to move up, but he's not going to move up.
And so I might as well inject the fan question here, because that's exactly what the fan question was. The fan question, and you know, hey, we want to make sure we shout out all of our fans here. And so last time we talked about, we have fans from China. We got fans from the Ukraine. We got fans from all of the different places, but this is from Belgium. Okay, and this is Pro MMA, and shout out Pro MMA from Belgium. He asks, now that Bilal Muhammad is the welterweight champion, and now that Islam Makhachev is not technically, he had a fight, but he got injured, so now he technically doesn't have a fight anymore. That's me paraphrasing. But now back to the message. Doesn't have a fight now because he got injured. Do we think that Islam Makhachev deserves to keep that belt if he's not fighting? And the other question was, would there be some sort of weight rivalry there?
No, they're cool. They wouldn't. Yeah, they're not. They already said they're not going to fight. It's kind of like I remember Dominic Cruz and another fighter from the DMV, where Master Lloyd Irvin. You trained both of them here in PG County. Kevin Easton, that's his name. He was in the UFC, and he was like, if I had a title shot, I would never fight Dominic Cruz. Similar to way John Jones. The reason why I started my semi hatred for him is when he was Winklejack, Greg Jackson, and Winklejohn, whatever his name is. Training with him with Rashad Evans. Winklejohn, that's what they call it. Training, but Albuquerque, New Mexico. But regardless, Rashad Evans, the reason why John Jones crawls in the cage is because Rashad Evans, that was his mentor, that was his guy. And he said in interviews, I would never fight him. And then when Rashad had his little issue with the camp, John Jones flipped the script and was like, I never said that. So a lot of fighters that are in the same camp won't fight each other, kind of like the Machine and Aljamain. Because Sean O'Malley's fighting the Machine now, and he wouldn't fight Aljamain because Aljamain was a champion. They trained together, Ray Longo up in Jersey. So sometimes it's like that with a lot of fighters. If you train with somebody, you don't want to fight your training partner. But other fighters are like, hey, I'll bust his ass. But Shudo Box, the guys back in the day, Vanderlei Silva, Shogun Hua, and his brother Ninja, those guys refused to fight each other because they all trained at the same place. So it's camp loyalty, and then sometimes dollars make sense, and dollars pay the bills. If I had to fight one of our guys in our fantasy football group, and they gave me $1 million, I'm taking someone's head off. I don't care. As my dog drinks, hopefully you can probably hear that.
Shout out 703 boys fantasy, the VA Hustlers Fantasy Football League. Y'all better watch out, because this is the best fantasy league of all time, and they are having their draft in Charlotte. Woo! Little Ric Flair action. North Carolina this weekend. So
I'll be flying down tomorrow. Brandon's on the way down there. The rest of the crew, they'll be there. You know what I'm saying? So we will link up tomorrow.
Wait, I thought you were flying in tonight. You're flying in tomorrow.
Flying in tomorrow, yeah.
What time are you getting tomorrow, then?
I don't know if you hear him drinking the water.
I can't hear. What time are you getting?
Oh, I'm getting there first thing in the morning. I'll be there first thing in the morning. People are like, hey, why don't you drive? It's 5 hours. Look here, I don't go past 5 hours. All right. Clubber D does not drive past 5 hours.
But it was only 6 hours.
I don't care. I don't drive past 5 hours. That flight is 1 hour in the air. I can get up, touchdown, one snore, and I'm there. So I don't care about all that. I don't care. Not driving. Say what you want.
So wait, is Brandon driving or is Brandon flying?
Brandon is on his way there right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Oh, God bless. Be safe, my friend. Okay, cool. All right. Well, hey, 703 is doing their draft this weekend. I wish I could be there. I will be in Vegas for the Cowboys-Raiders game with my pops, but I wish I could be with my best friends. I will see them during the holidays. That being said, let's go ahead and kick off UFC 305, my friend. So we're going to go through, and I'm going to be looking at my phone because I got all the matchups here.
Right,
but I do. Well, I do. Oh, hey, Dale the Snail. We love you. I didn't see the comments. Let me get up in there. Hey, Dale the Snail. Right. Shout out, my brother. Is Dale going to be there? Is Dale going?
I believe so.
Okay. All right. Dale's going to be there. The whole crew going to be there. I love it. Man, I'm going to be so pissed I'm missing out on this. But your boy, Tai Tuivasa, the Shoey master, is actually got a very tough matchup here because we can't act like Jair. I hate pronouncing this dude's name. Jairzinho Rozenstruik.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about this fight, my friend?
So this fight is a tale of it's interesting because what's up, Canteen? When they like somebody, when the UFC likes somebody, they keep them around. All right. Tuivasa, you know what I'm saying? He's from Australia. They love him down there. He's the guy who, after a fight, he'll put the person's beer in the shoe, and then he'll chug it. They calls it a shoey. You know, it reminds me of what I did to some of y'all's mothers back in the day. But anyways, so he does that, okay, and that fans love him. He's one of those fighters where he's just gonna come, he's gonna throw them hands. Okay. He reminds me of a unorthodox, undisciplined, taller David Tua. That's reference because David Tua.
That's pretty accurate. And I have a question, Liberty. I sent you a video last Super Bowl where my buddy Austin actually did a shoey in the middle of a bar. Would you, in fact, Clubber D, would you do a shoey in the middle of a Nashville bar?
No, negative. What? No. Wait, walk around with an athlete's foot in your mouth? No, who would do that? Why would you do a shoey? Okay, this is you guys are gonna hear this one time and one time only from me. The only time I would do a shoey is if Beyonce, Oprah, or Beyonce, Oprah, or Halle Berry, right when she was around with David Justice. I'll do a shoey for them. Okay, Issa Rae when she was filming Insecure, I'll do a shoey for her. Other than that, I'm not doing a shoey. Okay.
Would you say Vivica Fox is now out of your lane because she gained so much weight, which I feel horrible for saying that?
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I wouldn't do a shoey for her. I'll do a brawly for her.
A brawly? I don't even.
You pour it in a bra. I don't care. I'm not gonna do it. But her shoe or feet, no, I'm not doing it because people know I don't like feet. I hate feet. Women's feet. I don't care whose feet. I don't like feet. But I ain't doing a shoot for her. She's on a brawly. I do a brawly for her, and that's something I just made up. Y'all silly. I'm coming there and body slam.
You just made up a new thing. There's no such thing as a brawly. You just made that up.
Fellas, go outside. When you get a girl at the bar, let her do a brawly. Do a brawly. Get her brawl. Pour your beer in her brawl and drink it. Depending on the cup size, it might be a shot. It might be a whole beer. You never know. Okay.
Yo, if you got an A cup versus a D cup, you might get drunk. I don't know what's happening.
Hey, I might get dusty. You might get them spanks, wring out the spanks, and drink the sweat. But depending on who it is. If it's Oprah, I'll do that for her. Okay,
you are ridiculous. All right,
I'll do that. I ain't crazy. I got problems, man.
These guys have the same amount of fights. Tuivasa has more losses. Who do you think's gonna win? What is your club banger? I have actually a new club banger music because I shortened it so that way it would work. So just let me know and we're ready.
All right, back on schedule. Look here, Tuivasa, he's lost 4 in a row. Okay, Rosenstruck, he's 5-5 in his last 5 fights. Okay, I think this fight is like, all right, winner stay, loser go home type deal. I got Tuivasa winning because he's at home. I think he's just gonna go balls to the wall. He's gonna go crazy. I don't see this thing going past the first round.
Bangers.
So keep it going. Keep it going.
Bangers. Clubs. Bangers.
I'm going with Bam Bam. I'm going Tuivasa if I keep messing his name up. First round knockout. Get him up out of here. I'm sorry, Rosenstruck. You're a good dude, but you gotta go. You gotta go.
So Rosenstruck has been fighting pretty well though lately, and has been holding his own. So I love Tui. Don't get me wrong.
I want to go Rosenstruck.
But he's a little pudgy, whereas Rosenstruck is a little. Oh, that's right. That's right. He's back home.
Australia. He's lost 4 fights in a row. Okay, this is his last meal. If he does not win this, you might as well just when you go home, unpack your locker. Just keep it moving. If he doesn't win this fight, so
that's a great point. Wow, that is stellar analysis, y'all. I hope y'all are tuning in and listening right now because Clubber D is dropping mad knowledge right now. I didn't even think about that. Not only is he at home, but he's lost 4 in a row. So he's at home and needs a win. This is the ultimate win that he needs. Wow. Great job, everybody. That's wow. Shout out. That's amazing.
He needs it. So I'm going with him.
All right.
Jason, I got you. I'm gonna get to you, Jason. We're gonna get you. My bad, brother. We've been detouring. I'm gonna get you, Jason.
My bad. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. We'll get to you, Jason. Dale. I don't know what that means. But okay. All right. And yes, Jason, we will be to you in 1 second. We're getting there. But before we get there, we got a couple ones that I want to get your at least club bangers on. If you want to give us some analysis, please do. But if not, it's all good. So the first one is going to be Matuis Gamrat, who is 24-2, versus Dan Hooker, who is the ultimate gatekeeper at 23-12. He has 12 damn losses. What do you think?
Dan Hooker, I like him a lot. And, call him the Hangman. He was the one that Michael Chandler knocked out his first fight in the UFC. He's fought just about a who's who. The last fight against Jalen Turner was the fight that I was going to say, hey, it's time to get up out of here. But he won that fight. He's been on 2-fight win streak. Gamrot, he's pretty good, man. He's real good. And it's one of those things where I feel like Dan Hooker is similar to Bam Bam, where they're fighting at home. Okay, so they're in their home turf. Mm-hmm. He might put on for the show, for the family. I initially was gonna go Gamrot, you know what I'm saying? I was gonna say probably third rounder, you know about here before. But
clubs, bangers.
I'm still going with Gamrot. I'm sorry, Dan Hooker. Your time is done. You gotta go. All right. You're at home. Pack the bags. Get it going. Say hello to your wife. I know you love her.
Wowzers. I just did the cut him out for like the home. Anyway, I agree with you.
God damn it, this time.
No, I mean, Dan Hooker has been a very, valiant fighter for the UFC for many, many years. I'm sure Dana White will throw him a going away party with a little cake and a clock like they did for us military folks. But I don't believe, I agree with you. There's no way he beats Gamrot.
Yeah, Dan Hooker's, he's good, but he's 34, 35 years old. Gamrot's a little younger. He has more of a wrestling background. He's on his record is 29-2. So it's I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. My man, whoever that is, read just clips, whoever the comments. My man, see, we agree. It's just one of those things. I think Gamrot's going to get him up out of there.
Hey, Clubber, thoughts on Ailin Perez?
Ailin Perez, I'm drawing a blank, but with those peaches means that she's bad. So
she's a badass bitch. But no, hey, shout out Rigaverse Clips. He said Gamrot is going to grapple him. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right. It's once he gets in close, it's gonna be over. It's going to kind of like what's his name? Randy Couture is a great grappler. There's a lot of he's one of the what's that girl's name? Okay. Y'all got me doing some search right now. I probably know who this is.
No, she's the twerker. She's the Argentine twerker fighter.
Yeah. She can get a full mount on me. I don't care. Full mount.
Wow. Aline Luciana Perez, nicknamed Fiona, age 29.
Okay. Now I know what you're talking about.
Argentina, 10-2, 3 current win streak, my friend. Wow. She's amazing.
She's a 4-win streak. Fight me. But yeah, no, I'm with you.
Have you seen her fight? Have you not seen her fight?
Yeah, I know she is. I know she is. I thought, I'm not gonna say who I thought it was. I was someone totally different. So
what do you think about this one then? What do you think about this girl?
Casey O'Neill? Who you talking about?
No, Elaine Perez. What do you think about this chick they're asking about?
She's got a future. She could be one of those kind of like the young lady who's in WWE right now, Lola Vice, who had a good her name is drawn. She was a good MMA fighter and karate fighter. And she kind of similar, small shorts, likes to twerk and do all that stuff, So, but she chose UFC. But she's in. She chose WWE. She fights by Lola Vice in NXT. But she used to fight in Bellator.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she was.
That's the same one.
No, it's a different fighter. I said they're similar. One chose one way, other chose the other way.
Okay.
They remind me.
Now my question is.
They remind me.
But what chance does this chick stand in a bantamweight division that includes Raquel Pennington, Kayla Harrison, old ass Holly Holmes, Macy Chizian? Who else we got here?
You gotta look at Raquel Pennington. Women's division. Women's division is not like the men's division. I'm saying that after we just talked about Bam Bam, who has four fight losing streak. Women's division, they kind of keep them around a little more because competition isn't as
got that.
What
that
it should be.
Right.
So I think she does have a chance because Holly Holmes our age and she's still kicking. You know what I'm saying? And Kayla Harrison, she had to drop 20 pounds of muscle just to make that weight. Who knows if she's gonna stay there? So no,
and then she came to UFC and disappointed because she was supposed to dominate, right? We never talked about that. What are your thoughts on Kayla Harrison?
We did. I thought, well, I was with you when she beat Holly Holm. I was with you. We were in Nashville together. She beat the snot out of her. She knocked one of them highlights out of her hair. It turned brown. Like she had the blonde highlights. Her hair turned brown. Like, God damn, whooping her ass like that. Like, geez. But it's Kayla Harrison, she's a ball of muscle. She is basically the gold medalist version of Ronda Rousey, I believe. I think she was gold in judo. She's a judokan, but I think she might have 2 gold medals. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I think Ronda had a bronze. But regardless, that's a great feat, anyways. But yeah, Kayla Harrison is going to be a force. But Aline Perez, yeah, she got my vote.
Dude, I'm sorry, I didn't know who she was. I know Clubber D knew who she was because he's the expert. I didn't know who she was. I had never seen her, but I just looked her up and muy magnifique is how the French would say. She is amazing. Beautiful. All right, so let's move on to the co-main event. Steve Erceg actually just beat Pantoja. Which was a very big surprise, though.
No, he just lost to Pantoja.
Sorry.
That was on my birthday. Yeah, May 4th. Yeah.
That's right. He lost. My bad. Which was a very good fight, though. And I mean, I thought it was pretty decent. I thought they were throwing some D beaters.
It wasn't bad. Okay. It wasn't bad.
But he's going now. This is a common theme in this card. Kai Kadar France is 24-11. So we've got a lot of people here that have got a lot of losses on their record going against up and comers, because we made fun of Steve Erceg last time we were on, but I mean he's still got a chance. What do you think about this fight?
So the spot I was at for that fight was on my birthday, and it was when Canelo fought Jaime Munguia, and I was looking over. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like you said about Kai Kara France, that is, so here's also theme as well with a lot of these guys, all these losses. Kai Kara France is, zoom in. He is Israel Adesanya's teammate. Okay. This is all Australian-based people. It's kind of like when they fight in Brazil, they want a lot of Brazilians on there. When they fight in Great Britain or Europe, they want a lot of Europeans on that card. So this is a very Australian, New Zealand heavy card. Kai Kara France, one of my claim to fame, liking him, was when Brandon Moreno kid with that body shot, that kick, boop, and he had a timeout. He was doing a Heisman in the cage, like, hey, I'm done. So he's good. He's scrappy. He's also another memory is Manel Camp, the guy that fought last card, that fought on the undercards. He got into it with Izzy because Izzy jumped in between him and Kai Kara France arguing at the press conference. And then when Manel Camp looked at Izzy, Izzy told him to sit his black ass down, which was freaking hilarious. Y'all got to see that video as Omar struggling to take in that smoke, which is funny. But anyways, you're on camera. We can all see it. But so Kai Kara France, he's good. He's game. But I'm going with Steve on this one. He's already got Kai Kara. They put him up there because he is a good, exciting fighter. And
bangers.
I'm going with Steve.
Clubs.
I'm going with Steve on this one. I'm not gonna say his last name. I'm gonna butcher it. But yeah, I'm going with Steve on this one. I would go with Kai Kara France with the hometown cooking. But it's easier to do that with a heavyweight, with lower weight people. It's hard to do it, because there's a ceiling you can get to, and once somebody like this example of like somebody like Chuck Liddell, it's not a lower weight person. Once that chin gets tapped too many times, you can get somebody can sneeze and you fall out. You know what I'm saying? So I got Steve winning this one. Hands
all
down.
right, well, there we go.
Covered over there. You good?
I was struggling. I was hitting this vape. So actually, I'm happy to report, Clubber D, that I have not had a cigarette in 3 weeks. So I'm quitting smoking. I don't smoke this either. I'm only smoking it now because I had a couple drinks. That's the only reason, but I haven't hit that in 3 weeks. So I think I may have kicked the cigarettes. I think
as long as you kick it, as long as your lungs are probably saying, Jesus, thank you. You know, just Brandon did it. It's doable. It's not. Who was that? Tom from Facebook? Tom from Instagram? Who was that? Tom from MySpace?
What do you mean from MySpace? Tom from MySpace? What's Tom? Yo, there's Tom from MySpace. Yo,
my man. I love it.
Yo,
hey,
we love
back in the day.
Tom.
My top 8 was serious. My top 8 was serious.
The top 8. You remember how you said the top 40? I did the code that would give you the top 40.
Your page is just like your connection. It was too much going on. Okay. Your page would have like dollar signs coming down and all that. It crashed every computer. My crappy computer, we used to call it David Blaine because it'd like blap out, you know, back in the day. But yeah, MySpace, man, that's the days of the PC pimping. Y'all know about that.
Shout out Tom from MySpace. We loved MySpace. I know that makes us sound old, but MySpace was awesome, yo. MySpace was the spot. And by the way, MySpace is still good. It's now a music platform. It's now more like a SoundCloud or something. It's like where artists can go and like promote themselves, but it's still pretty cool. It's got a nice interface.
I'm going to be nosy and see if I can still find some people on there. Be like,
yo, you can log on and still see your profile. I did it. You can still do
man, I don't want to see that. I had a hairline back then. I don't want to see that shit. You're mad.
All right, let's get to the main event because Rigaverse Clips was asking. No, that's not the one. Oh, sorry, Jason Smith.
Jason, my bad, Jason. You still with us? I appreciate you, brother.
Dricus du Plessis is 21-2. Israel Adesanya 24-3 for the middleweight title. Obviously, Adesanya was the champion for years, and finally got beat. So, what is your thoughts on these fights, my friend?
You know, this is that fight that we thought that was going to be hyped up, overly hyped up, because when Izzy got his dusty ass in the ring, was like, "You my N-word." Like, why are you saying the N-word around a bunch of mayonnaise? Like, what are you doing? Like, that's mad corny.
Right.
And so I think if they had this fight in Africa, which I don't think they have ever had a fight.
I was going to say, okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, have they ever had a fight in Africa? And why didn't they put this in South Africa? Like, South Africa is at least, and I'm not going to use the word that you think I'm going to use. It's at least Caucasian enough for them to put it there.
Well, I mean, they could have it in Ghana where black folks are. They have festivals there, you know, or other places. The thing about that is, I think it's going to cause a lot of issues if they have it in South Africa, because you got one person who's South Africa who's really family's from Denmark, and I don't know the country where Izzy's from. I want to say Nigeria. I could be wrong though. But
got you.
It's going to cause a lot of friction if they have that in Africa, and that's real world stuff instead of stuff what's going on over here.
Yep, Nigerian.
He's Nigerian. Okay, I figured that. Because he has the broken nation, all that stuff. A lot of people don't understand what's going on over there, and so if you have somebody, a white person from South Africa, going on there saying I'm a real African, that's going to cause friction. It's going to cause problems if they have it in Africa. It's going to cause problems, and you know, Dricus du Plessis. You know, I get where he's coming from. I remember I was at the homie Kevin's house, and I was like, "This dude's gonna be pretty good." And you know, I think he fought Derek Brunson that night, and he was losing. Then came back and won. And I was trying to tell everybody, this guy's no joke. He's pretty legit. And now that we have this fight, it's weird. There's not that big a buzz for this fight. You would think that, like for Izzy fights, everybody be talking about it all week. You know, I don't know one person that has really brought this card up. You know. What do you say?
UFC can't charge outrageous ticket prices would be my guess why they don't go there, which makes sense because I mean put a spot up in Africa would take so much money. Can the fan base support that kind of expense?
It depends what country you have to do it in. It would have to be more Western, more modern country, and that can hold everybody. And you're absolutely right, because it's like saying, "Hey, I want to do this in Jamaica." Not saying Jamaica doesn't have money, but you know, same with Brazil. The reason why I don't go to Brazil a lot, because you got to be in a spot where you got to make money. If it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So,
Yes.
you know, I 100% get it. They have a market in Australia, you know, and not to sidebar, but I will sidebar. And Lil Shane, I want to punch you in the kneecap because he was in Vegas at this time. And when Holly Holm when Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey, he called me or texted me and asked me if I want to do any bets. And I said, bet this. And he never got my text message until after the fight. And that was in Australia. That was a big fight that was happening in Australia. I'm just putting that out there. But anyways, you know, it's one of the markets they have now. They built up in Australia. The UFC likes to do slowly but surely build up certain markets. And they haven't really dabbled. And you're absolutely right, Tom. They haven't really dabbled in Africa, probably because of that. They've done France with Cyril Gane. They're doing Europe. But, you know, DDP asked for Australia. Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, he's an ex-rugby player too. Du Plessis is an ex-rugby player. I was gonna get into in a second. But
go ahead.
So
might as well.
I will put it like this with this fight. You know, Du Plessis he's ex-kickboxer, ex-rugby player. So he's basically just like a rough fighter. If you saw the fight with Sean Strickland, it could have gone either way. A lot of people had Sean Strickland winning. A lot of people had him winning. Me personally, I thought he kind of edged it out just a little bit, but if it went for Strickland, I totally could have understood that. He's going to be in Izzy's face. He's not going to be hard to find. And his style, I think, matches up pretty well with what Izzy's looking for. Sean Strickland caused issues with Izzy because Sean Strickland liked to do the Philly shell, and you don't see a Philly shell or shoulder roll in
Since
MMA.
Floyd Mayweather, baby. That's when you
just don't see that. You know, that's like watching James Toney attempted that when he fought Randy Couture. You don't see that in MMA. So that's why Sean Strickland calls Izzy so many problems, and he was gun shy. Another issue is he had a lot of out of the cage things, like he had DUI. I think he broke up with his girl. A lot of other stuff he was doing, and Izzy was getting at that point where I'm too cool for school. I'm the man, so I can do whatever I want. And sometimes you need to get humbled. He's only lost 3 times, and that's all 3 of those been in the UFC. When he moved up for Jan Blachowicz, he dared to be great and get the 205-pound light heavyweight champion. He tried to do that. He also lost to Alex Pereira when he was coming back, but lost in the 5th round. And then he lost to Sean Strickland. So yes, he has lost, and you know he's 35 years old. Du Plessis is only 30 years old. I think Izzy's focus for this one because he hasn't been doing wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. You know Izzy can't if he stops the takedown, which I don't think Du Plessis might try to use his hands, kind of like what he did with Robert Whittaker. You know, when he knocked Robert Whittaker out, and he has a sneaky power to where, you know, his pressure, he's going to keep coming at you. Picture somebody like a Nate Diaz, but instead of doing pitter-pat punches, these punches are you're going to feel it. So, personally, I think this fight goes maybe 3 rounds.
Clubs, bangers. Clubs, bangers.
I'm going with Izzy. He's become champion again. And in about 8 months, he's going to fight Pereira at 205. That's a big fight they need and they want, because the UFC's failing. They're not failing.
Yeah!
They want more ratings. I'm going to say Cinco de Mayo weekend, Pereira versus Izzy for a 205 strap. Bam, book it. Izzy's getting a belt again, round 3.
Let's go. That's exactly what I want to happen. I'm sorry, Dricus du Plessis. You do not.
My secret story. Why? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, for me personally, he doesn't really have personality. He don't do nothing for me. If I'm watching UFC, I want the Conor McGregor. I want the Israel Adesanya. I want the showboat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. That's the whole point of UFC. Not the whole point, but you get what I'm saying. Like I want the confidence, the boldness, the cockiness with the fighting. And when you have, you know, unpopular fighters, the reason they're unpopular is for that very reason, like Leon Edwards. He's a great technical fighter, but he doesn't stand out because he doesn't do anything that makes himself stand out.
That's true. And my thing is this. I don't know if I mentioned it. We were on the show with Josh, Papachuneo, and Skywalker last. We made history the last show. We made history with Aces Boxing.
That was
Skywalker.
That was one of the most amazing shows ever. If y'all haven't seen it,
stream, catch that.
Go
one.
back
That was
at Ball and
phenomenal.
Buds. I cut all the episodes up. So if you only have specific fights you want to talk about, then you can go watch that specific fight too, because I cut it into each fight on YouTube. So go check it out.
And please add their pages, okay? But so I'll say this. Turkey Al-Sheikh has already started his mark in America with the Terrence Bud Crawford card that everyone tried to hate on, which was phenomenal.
America, boxing globally. Boxing globally.
Hear me out, Omar.
My bad.
This is going to come full circle for the Cinco de Mayo. So now that Turkey wants that Benavidez versus Canelo, and him and Canelo are beefing. When Canelo fights Berlanga, which is a fight nobody wants to see, Turkey is sponsoring the UFC card at the Sphere. That's Rider season, UFC at the Sphere. Okay, he's sponsoring that card. Anytime Canelo Alvarez has a fight, Turkey Al-Sheikh will produce a show to counter that. Kind of like how they did when UFC did that against Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. They had a UFC card. All right, same night. So every time Canelo has a fight, they are going to have Turkey Al-Sheikh put a card on. Shout out to my man.
Shout out Tyrone. I haven't seen you in forever. I miss you, brother. Shout out. My bad.
That's a walking ape right there. I tell you right there. That dude is that. Woo. My man Tyrone. But yeah, now Turkey Al-Sheikh, he's putting on shows to kind of box Canelo out, to take away viewers for him, and that's what he's been doing. And I love it because nobody wants to see you against Berlanga. Nobody wants to see you against John Ryder. Nobody wants to see you against Yurdaman. Nobody want to see you against Johnny McDitton and whoever else who's out there.
Johnny McDitton.
Nobody wants to see that. We only want to see you against David Morrell or Canelo or David Benavidez. If you feel froggy, jump up to light heavyweight and fight Beterbiev. Okay, but if it's not one of those fights, don't nobody want to see that. Okay, I'm just saying. We're back. I had to get on my little tangent.
No, I love it. That's awesome.
But yeah, right. Pereira, Izzy, that'd be great for
so your choice is
weekend, which is my birthday.
Hold on. Did we even get your club banger? I don't. You said Izzy, right? Hold on.
Izzy third round.
Bangers.
Knockout.
Clubs bangers.
Go.
Izzy third round. Izzy third round knockout.
Izzy third round knockout. Go to FanDuel. Go to DraftKings. Go to ESPN Bet. By the way, ESPN Bet, I heard y'all were suffering a little bit. If you would like to sponsor this show, we will help you get more people to bet on your platform. ESPN Bet is my favorite platform. I bet on there every day.
On ESPN?
I do.
I didn't know.
I'm a loyal ESPNer, man. I am. I'm just a loyal. I've always been loyal to ESPN since I was a little kid. And is the interface as good as DraftKings? No. It's about the same as FanDuel, though. And I like
terrible. And you don't get the big you don't get the big magazine.
No,
that magazine still doesn't come out, does it? I didn't think so.
I don't know. I have no clue.
They just fired. I just saw they fired RG3. I just saw that.
Yo, what is that about? What do you? Is it because he put his mouth on the croissant and looked like he was?
That was Ayo. Yeah, he was throat deep in pastry. It was a little ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? He was throat deep in pastry. He's looking like some of your mamas at Dunkin' Donuts on Sunday mornings when they got the fresh barefoots out. But I ain't gonna front, I'll be out there too. But anyway, he was throat deep in the pastry.
He knew what he was doing too, right? Because he knew what he was doing, right? Yeah, there's no way you take a picture with your mouth on a croissant looking like you done subbed a whole foot long from that. He had to know what he was doing, right?
Well, his girlfriend did, and she didn't put her mouth on it, but he did. Just saying.
So what I heard, and we're not turning into banter, brawls, and bravado, although we might have one next week because we got some topics to talk about. We don't want to get Clubber D's combat sports demonetized. We need to keep the cursing to one show. But what do you think about the people that are saying it's because of his conservative Christian views, and maybe that's why he was not? Well, because he still had 2 years left on his deal. So you don't just fire someone like that.
I'll say this.
Also, sexual abuse was the other claim on the internet. Possible sexual abuse.
Check the comics. I can't do it. But I'll say this. I don't like when they put in someone's political.
We love you.
Values,
we love you.
You know, I think that's mad corny. If they're doing that on the show, that's one thing. But they're doing that on their own personal stuff. I don't care. I don't care who you vote for, what you like, whatever. But if you give me good content for whatever sport or whatever genre I like, I'm all for that. I don't care if you like to hug trees and then make out with them. That's on your time. It doesn't bother me. You don't influence me. I don't get influenced by people online. That's just myself. You know what I'm saying? So I hope other people would be like that, where they don't look at a star or artist and say, oh, well, he's voting or he likes that person, I'm going to do the same thing. No, make your own opinion. Screw what he's doing, because you're not in his tax bracket. Okay. You're dusty. All right. You do your own clothes. They get people to fold their clothes for them. So you're not the same person. So just people need to keep that in mind when you want to mimic some of these people out there. You know, that's Dion's point of view. And some of y'all's mothers call me that. So don't worry about that.
And I will be with Clubber D. Nicole, we will all be back for the holidays. I will be back for Christmas. So maybe we can all meet up in the old Stafford environment. But thank you for tuning in. We love you there. So let's move into boxing, because I do have to hit this Benny the Butcher concert. He is doing, hey, shout out Benny the Butcher. Shout out the whole Griselda crew. Benny the Butcher is putting on a free concert tonight at the Sky Deck with Monster Energy. So I went and bought me a Monster can. It's like me and Clubber D were making fun of it. It's like the old Kings Dominion days where I bring a Monster can and I get in for free. So that's the stipulation tonight. So I am going to see some Benny the Butch in a couple minutes. So we got to get done with this stream. But before we do, there is some boxing news that you wanted to talk about. First of all, let's go to the fight. What do you say?
Go ahead. You good.
Oh, the old CPAP mafia. The old CPAPers.
Like he's not there.
That dude need more than a CPAP. That dude needs hey, we love you, Derek. By the way, Derek, I'll be down in Tampa October. Me and my mom are taking a cruise. So I'd like to chill with you that day that we fly in. Me and my mom. All right, we'll talk about that later. Love you. Where else are we streaming so I can view Instagram? We're on Instagram. We're on Clubber D's Facebook. We're on my Facebook. We're on the Ball and Buds YouTube. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Y'all need to subscribe at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBDS. Go subscribe. That way you stay with all of the live videos with Clubber D and myself. And again, if you're friends with us, you'll see it there. Also, the Bottom Line Sports, you can see it there. Clubber D, you were saying? Sorry.
Yeah. Now I'm back in it. So what box are we talking about?
I don't know, but what is he saying? What is this guy saying? I don't know who this guy is. He's pissing me off. I keep seeing him every episode, but I don't know who this wacko is. What's he saying?
Oh, you talk about the BFW. Yeah, he's talking about Griselda.
No. Okay. Well, I don't know who that guy is. I'm just joking. That's my brother from another. I love that guy so much. Love you, Bajo. You my man. Oh, yes. Thank you. Look, Nicole is just promoting us all over the place. Of course we do. Clubber D is on TikTok at clubber.d. Clubber.d. So there's a period there between the Clubber and the D. That sounded actually kind of gross. Actually, so you should have had a mom joke there ready for that.
The moms already know. They when they come home smell like my cologne, they already know. When their husband comes home and they see my distilled water right there on the nightstand, they know what happened. Just saying.
Well, let's do it. The most recent fight: Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Serhiy Bohachich. This was close. The scorecards were 113, and 2 114-112s in favor of Virgil. What are your thoughts on this fight, my friend?
Man, oh man, this was a good fight. People were saying, like, when I first saw it, I was like, this is not fight of the year, but it's probably one of candidates for fight of the year. Harvey Dock, I think that's the name, the referee. Virgil Ortiz got knocked down twice. Okay, the first round he got knocked down. There should have been 2 10-8 rounds. Yes, he fought hard, but
wait, what? I didn't watch the fight, so I don't know. But wait, he got knocked down twice and he still won the cards?
And Virgil Ortiz is one of those fighters that he had about 21, 23 fights. Every fight he had was a knockout. Every person he went up against was a knock. He knocked them out. Great young fighter. Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. They have molded him to be, put him in a perfect place to be a good champion. Now, I was a little angry when he ducked Bud at 147. Now first time he actually made weight for 154. They gave him he's basically the number one contender for WBC. And he's what I didn't like. One, I felt it should have been a draw, or I thought Borchak kind of edged it, but I wasn't angry that Virgil Ortiz won. The only thing I don't like is when they ask you, what do you want to do next? And they say Bud Crawford, who has 2 belts at 154, and then you have Fundora going against Earl Spence, whatever that's going to happen, has the other
who
belt.
Was on the undercard and beat Daniela Aseneo.
Huh?
I said Fundora was on the undercard and beat Daniela.
No, he was not. No, he was not. That's a different Fundora. That's not Sebastian Fundora. That's not him. That's not him. Calm down. Leave that to me. Leave that to me. Okay. But Sebastian Fundora.
I wish Bajo could give me the lightning and thunder neck. Remember that one? The one where you would like scrape the back of your neck like a damn saber-toothed tiger.
But I'll put it like this. So they asked him about Bud Crawford. He said, I'm down for Bud, but I of course I want to fight Bud, but I want to fight this first. No, dude, you say you want to fight Bud Crawford. I don't want to hear that mess. All right. Saying you want to fight the winner of Earl Spence of Sebastian Fundora, that just means that you just want to be on a shelf and just wait. The weirdness is that everybody is ducking Bud. Nobody wants to fight him. They always make an excuse not to fight him. Okay. That's this weird thing about boxing. Whenever the higher ups don't like somebody, thank God for Turki Al-Sheikh, because people like Bud Crawford, Devin Haney, they wouldn't get fights. It's like a weird inner circle where they only like certain people. They don't want to mess with certain people. And Turki Al-Sheikh wants to put on the good fights. That's why people like Tim Tszyu, go down to Tyrone. Yes and no. Okay, because just like Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz able to get hit. Virgil Ortiz is very kind of like similar to Earl Spence, where he's flat foot heavy and it goes past his front foot, and it's easy to get hit. That's why Bud picked him apart. Virgil Ortiz is the same way. Bud will pick him apart. Boots Ennis, he got touched a lot his last fight. I like Boots Ennis, but he's had 2 chances to fight Bud and turned it down. Turki Al-Sheikh called his bluff. And his dad said, we're worried about getting the belts at 147, which I like for him. Become undisputed, become in the record books for Boots Ennis, then go up to Bud. Bud doesn't need to fight him. Bud only needs to fight either Canelo or Unify, be the first ever male 3-division undisputed champion. Because there's no reason for Bud to fight Boots, because that doesn't really benefit Bud. He's already 36 years old, about to be 37. Boots is a young, hungry guy. Bud's already established. Canelo's a big pay. That's the only reason why he's calling him out. If you can't get that, just get all the belts. Yep, Tyrone's you're right. Because I think he's more Boots Ennis is a star. I love Boots Ennis. It's just that I think he needs to just wipe up the floor with everybody at 147, and then maybe move up. And then I just don't like you got Charlo's talking stuff like, man, you worry about your domestic violence before you talk about going back in the ring, Charlo. Okay, and fix your hairline. Sorry, had to put that out there.
And getting your ass. Wait, was that the one that got his ass whooped by his brother, or got slapped by his own brother?
Well, both of them got slapped. Both of them got slapped. One got slapped by Caleb Plant. The other one got slapped by local Jared.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Jared. God, his name, PG County.
Shout out Caleb Plant.
Nickname Swift. Jared Hurd? No. Is it Jared Hurd? Where was that? Both of them got slapped before. So
hey, shout out everybody who has tuned in so far. We love you. Make sure you subscribe at Ball and Buds on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, and if you want, Clubber D has a new TikTok. He releases videos, clubber.d on TikTok, and I'm actually going to probably send him, I am going to send him my Olympic athlete videos so he can upload those to TikTok as well so he can get a little more engagement on there. We love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Clubber D, do you have any other news you want to talk about before we sign off?
Nothing too much in boxing. I see that Devin Haney posted that he's ready to fight in about the next 3 months, which I can't wait for. I think he's going to move up to 147.
Who are you thinking he's going to fight?
Well, it's chitter chatter. I don't know if it's real, but they're saying possibly Mario Barrios at 147.
Mario Barrios.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. I'm a big fan of Devin Haney. Always has
He's
been.
a fighter. I would like to see that. That'd be a good fight.
That'd be a good fight at 147. Mario Barrios is a good ass fighter. Tank's next fight. Tank is kind of pigeonholed right now to where Pitbull lost. He doesn't have a choice really, unless it's Lomachenko, Shakur, or the other Ukrainian fighter who has the belt at
Hold on, I got you. What is Clubber D's official
Clubs
prediction?
For what?
Clubs
For what?
banger.
Who is Shakur Stevenson going to fight? Who is Tank Davis going to fight? Or will they fight?
I don't know. Let's be one of those fighters. But Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Just guess. Just guess. We're just guessing here.
It's not going to be Lomo. I'm going to say Tank is going to fight somebody that's not a champion. That's my guess.
Wait. So there's no chance that he fights Loma or Stevenson?
Lomo's not going to happen. Not right now, at least. He could fight the other Ukrainian guy from Top Rank who's got the belt. But Shakur Stevenson, they're already talking about him being on the undercard of Bivol Beterbiev in November, I believe. And he's going to fight William Zepeda, who's Oscar De La Hoya's fighter. Who's a good fighter. William Zepeda's a good fighter. But they ducked Shakur Stevenson because, they already know what's going to happen. But Zepeda is kind of like a Jaime Munguia where they molded him, or Virgil Ortiz. They've been molding him for a big fight. And now it's time for him to get a belt. Tank's not going to fight him. So I think Shakur Stevens is going to fight him on the undercard of that. For me, I don't care what other fights going on right now. The biggest fight in boxing is Arthur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol. Okay, that's the biggest fight in boxing.
Whoa!
Okay, that should happen. I think Shakur and Zepeda is going to be on the undercard. If that doesn't happen, I'm going to fly out to Saudi Arabia and I might body slam somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm ready for this fight. Beterbiev, you need to fight him. Bivol, you need to fight him. I know Beterbiev is one of those things like kind of like where Dana White has his privilege with certain people because when it comes close to Ramadan, he's not fighting. So he usually only fights like once a year. And I respect that. But God, dog, we've been waiting on this fight for this undisputed light heavyweight fight for the longest. And that's another reason why Canelo won't move up because he already got work from Bivol. And if any of y'all do your top 10 pound for pound and Bivol's not above Canelo, you're wrong. You're wrong. Okay? You're wrong. That's all I got.
I don't know who that was a note or shout out to. Actually, I do. But if you think that was about you, maybe you should show up for the show and maybe debate the old club up.
Leave a man alone. He's good people. Good people. Good people. I'd rather people that back the racist cheater. I'd rather get at people like that back the racist cheater who thought Ryan Garcia was somebody. Suckers like that. That's the people I'd rather go after.
Yes, and we support all of our brothers and sisters streaming on here. So as you can see at the top, 86 Boxing was on our last stream. The reason I left that up there today because I want y'all to go check that out. Bunch of good streams. I cut them up into each individual fight. So if you only want to look at one fight or whatever, you can go look at that because I already done it for you on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe at Ball and Buds for all of our videos, all of our shorts that are going on. This is obviously Clubber D's the Combat G's Combat Sports Special. We'll be back in a couple of weeks for probably banter, brawls, and bravado. Oh, I got to figure out when I want to do that next. But obviously,
I'm calling him out. I haven't heard from Wildcard Moore in a while.
Let's get him back on. Have a little session before football season. I like it. So that being said, Clubber D, go ahead and sign off, my friend. Whatever you want to say. Yeah.
To all my peoples, we're going to be in Charlotte this weekend for our fantasy football draft. So all of our Charlotte people, hopefully we can get at Michi. Moms and dads, hope we see you. shout out to my man Reggie Walker. We will chop it up probably tomorrow. Everyone else is gonna be down there. You know what's gonna go on. And check us out. Add us. Oh, it's free. All you do is add. Just boop, add on YouTube. That's all you gotta do.
I love that. I love how somebody said that last week. It's free. It don't cost you nothing.
You know, it don't cost you nothing.
Yeah, we might pop up in your feed every once in a while, but if you don't like the topic, just roll over it and keep it moving.
And once I get control of my old page, once I figure out that password, I'm gonna turn that into a Clubber D page and put out a lot more stuff. And I'll, you know, if you want to stay on, stay on. If not, kick rocks. But you know, that's gonna happen pretty soon. Once I figure out that password, it's just, you know, I used to do movies back in the day. And oh my man.
Hold on, I didn't see it.
Hold on, right there. Oh, Billy Hill. That's my guy right there. That's why. Yeah, what's up, Billy? Yeah. Anybody in I think he's in, are you Houston or Dallas? Saxophone man. I was in the Navy with that guy. That's a man, Billy Hill right there. Good brother right there. Good brother. But yeah, my old page, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn that into more of a Clubber D page where I can do a lot of crazy wild shit. And we're gonna do that here. Hopefully I didn't cuss too much on this one, Omar. But yeah, so appreciate everybody for tuning in. Go on YouTube, add us on Ball and Buds, okay? We just got over the triple digits. We're trying to get over, you know, quadruple, and we'll go from there. But you know, we need you guys. Without y'all, we're nothing.
Subscribe at Ball and Buds. BALLAND BUDS. We love you.
He's with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist. Yo, I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat close. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will grow. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools. Anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best, and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clubber D, the Combat G, and the Sports Professor.